Hello, students of Mary Baldwin College. Those of you taking Psychology 250 Behavioral Statistics, this is Dr. Tausman, live from my house in Roanoke, Virginia, on a finally warm summer night here. Hope all of you are doing well. I want to apologize for posting this a little later than usual. I took the day off yesterday as it was Memorial Day and didn't get around to recording till a little later in the day. So, we're going to get started here in this first little recording. I'm going to share with you some information about the class. I know a lot of you are worried about statistics. It's kind of funny. The running joke I often have is when I ask people who have taken statistics without me or just in general, I always say, so what'd you think of statistics? What'd you learn in there? And I always get the same answer. I got an A in that class. So did you learn anything? I got an A in that class. So kind of tells me they didn't learn anything, but they got a good grade in the class. I am hoping that you'll be in the unique position in this particular class to both learn some useful things for you as well as get a good grade in the class. This is primarily an online class. We'll have a couple of face-to-face class meetings, including next week. And I'll go through some of the information regarding that. I wanted to actually start off with just describing the syllabus just a little bit. I assume you can read. It's a 2-page syllabus. Let me kind of give you the Reader's Digest condensed version. I've been teaching statistics for about 20 years. Usually I do a good job in getting the point across. The idea of this class, what are you going to be asked to do? Well, each week there's going to be a lecture. And in the lecture, what I do is I provide a general outline in order to make sure that you're understanding what is going on. I simply ask that you write a good detailed outline so that you can show me you understand the key points of the presentation. Once that is done, usually at the end, and this is including tonight, you'll get a few homework problems. And the basic idea is you put together the class notes, but it's really more than class notes. It's really a nice structured outline. You do the homework problems, including writing out what the problem is as well as the answer, and you basically have a week to do this. The other thing that I afford in my class is the opportunity to send multiple drafts via email of what your notes or what your outline is, as well as what your homework questions and answers are, so that if you actually want to work extra hard and you're concerned about not learning, you can send me some drafts and we can kind of get to making sure that you understand things. If you actually sent a couple of drafts, it would be very difficult to not get just about everything correct. My teaching philosophy is one of learn by doing, learn by making mistakes. Mistakes are great. If it really gets to be a difficult process for you, and I see that you're trying on things, we might even have some occasional phone calling to try to make sure that you understand things. So basically in this class, it's class notes every week. It's also doing more homework problems to show that you understand the key concepts. There are 2 tests in the class. They are online on the honor system that you do them on your own. There are 2 of them, and then at the end of the semester, instead of giving you tests, I have what I call competency assignments, which is basically where you get information about problems and you're asked to solve those problems. If you can do them, that actually shows you are competent. I'll probably give you the opportunity to have at least 1 draft of that as well. So my teaching philosophy is one of interaction. Hope we can do a lot of email communication. I'm usually pretty good about that. The syllabus, you need the book, Statistics for the Behavioral Science, Statistics for the Behavioral Sciences by Graviteer. Version 9 is best. You may be able to find some similar things in version 8. Homework assignments, well-formed detailed outlines from the acoustic presentations. In order to upload them onto YouTube, I just have 1 slide that I put up, but it is acoustic listening and so forth. Attendance, we have 3 face-to-face classes. If you can't make those classes, so the first one is next week, June is it the 4th? Yeah, I think it's the 4th. For June the 4th, if you can't make it to class, the idea is to set up a Google Hangout, which I've already done. I will invite you in as friends, and the idea is if you're somewhere far away, you can just listen in and participate in that way. I will also record that class as well. So we'll do that a couple of times. We don't do it 4 times because on the 4th face-to-face class, there's actually a test, so you don't need to be here. Tests are open note, open books. You'll complete that online. And you see the philosophy of the class. What are we going to cover in here? Descriptive statistics, scales of measurement. We're going to do some chi-square. information in here, z-test, t-test, ANOVAs, and so forth. So hopefully this answers your questions. The main thing you need to do to be successful is put time and effort in, send multiple drafts in, and if you're scared of the class, that's fine to admit as well. What I'm going to ask you to do from the outline is I've set up a discussion board. What do you feel like are going to be your personal keys to being successful in this class as a thread? Number 2, what concerns do you have about this class? Number 3, what is a fun fact about you? The fun fact for me, there are 2 of them. The first one is I'm actually going to be going to Hawaii for 2 weeks this summer. That's why it's nice to be in an online class. The second fun fact is next year I'm a big bicycle person. I'm going to take a one-day bike ride from Roanoke, where I live, to the asthma capital of the country, Richmond, in a day for 170 miles. And then finally, for the discussion board, if you're having problems getting hooked up online, post something under the tech issues so we can see if, as a group, we can work this out. So that's about 6 minutes of time. Hopefully this all made sense. Please go to the discussion board if you can now and share some basic information about yourself. And then what I would simply ask that you do is before next week's class, we would actually have a deadline of Monday evening of next week. Make sure you have posts on the 3 key issues and then comment back on at least 2 other people's posts so we can be social and interactive. Thank you.